Welcome to our today's discussion on research methodology. My name is Dr. Bidi Mutua. In our today's session, we shall try to illuminate some of the confusion that has existed for a very long time within research circles. If you read research papers, research books, and other documents pertaining to research, you will find that there is a misuse, confusion that surrounds terms such as research methodology, philosophy, methods, and methodological designs. Sometimes researchers will discuss methodology, yet they intended to discuss a certain research design. I would like us to start by differentiating two terms. They are not synonyms. First, research methodology, and the other term is methodology. Research methodology is an overall term for quite a number of actions that the researcher takes in a research process. It's an overall term in most cases for chapter 3, where the researcher makes quite a number of actions that will drive the research process forward. On the other hand, the methodology is within research methodology. I'll define methodology as a research strategy that the researcher adopts to be applied in the research process. I would also say that there are specific examples of research methodology because we have already argued that it's a particular title for a chapter in a proposal or in the research report. But there are examples of methodologies. Action research is an example of a methodology. Survey, phenomenology, case study, all those are methodologies. And you'll agree with me that in many cases, methodologies that are used in a certain research are not discussed. In most cases, they are just mentioned in the title, case study of, survey, but they're supposed to be given 1 or 2 pages, sizable paragraphs within the chapter that is titled research methodology. There is also some other two terms we need to differentiate: methodology and method. Should research books be referred to as research methodology in the title, or should they be referred to research methods? It depends. Which one is a more encompassing term? more of an umbrella term. Before the end of the video, I'm sure you'd be able to have an idea to that question that I have posed. What is research methods? A research method is a technique either in sampling, data analysis, or data collection. That's why we are likely to talk about data collection methods such as questionnaire, interviews, focus groups, among others. Those are methods. On the other side, we have data analysis methods, which are essentially statistical methods such as correlation, regression, Bayesian methods, data science analysis methods like K-means, neural networks, among others. So that is another class of research methods. We also have sampling methods, probability based, non-probability based, simple random sampling, stratified sampling, cluster sampling, multi-stage sampling, convenient sampling, and others as well. All those are examples of sampling methods. So when we talk about research methods, we essentially refer to sampling methods, data analysis methods, and data collection methods. On the other hand, a methodology can be defined as a research strategy that guides the research process. And actually, when you read books by authors such as Saunders, you'd find that Saunders uses the term research strategy instead of methodology, probably in a way trying to create clarity in the usage of these terms. So you'll find that in quite a number of times these terms are used as synonyms or they are misused. In quite a number of times you'll hear students and even experienced researchers talking about, my research design is case study. My research design is correlation, which we have argued is a method. Data analysis method. My research design is survey, correlation, as we have argued. Not to forget, other terms that are used like cross section, longitudinal. All those are not research designs. And that's why we also need to differentiate between a research design and a design. Examples of research design include exploratory research design, explanatory research design, descriptive research design, experimental research design, case study, survey, cross-sectional, longitudinal, correlation are not research designs. Some of them, like longitudinal and cross-sectional, are methodological designs. Others, like case study, survey, phenomenology, are examples of methodologies. So you need to deal with this kind of confusion. If you look at the other term, research philosophy can be defined as a worldview that the researcher adopts so as to carry out research. Research philosophy, I've seen, is one of the aspects that are just swept under the carpet in most thesis documents that I've looked at, that I've examined. Or probably you find that the candidates will throw in big terms, but they don't explain what their research design, their philosophy rather, is. There are three major philosophies that we have: interpretivism philosophy, we also have positivism and pragmatism philosophies. There are others as well. So a philosophy will also encompass the ontology and epistemology that will be used in the research process. If you read, you'll find that the philosophies have competing claims, and I'll give you an example. We also always argue that one of the main reasons that people do research is to generate knowledge. But knowledge can also be discovered. I'm trying to argue that some of the philosophies assume that knowledge exists out there waiting to be discovered. But there are also other philosophies that contend knowledge does not exist, it is created. So a researcher needs to look at the claims of the research philosophies, and from there, then they choose the one that is most appropriate in the given discipline or given application area of the research that is being conducted. You'll find a number of terms, a plethora of terms, but my own understanding is that quite a number of them they refer to research philosophy. Some books will use paradigmatic stances, philosophical stance, paradigm, worldview. All these for me are synonyms for research philosophies. If you want to do research, a thesis, a PhD thesis, a master's thesis, though this again depends on the direction by your faculty, but up there in the hierarchy, we have research philosophy. Research philosophy is followed by research design, which can be seen as the overall plan, the master plan that will guide your research process. From there, we have methodology, and we have given examples of methodologies. There is also methodological designs. Then we have research methods, and in some cases you find that we have method based or methodical designs. So you should be able to have that hierarchy in your mind to differentiate some of these terms that have been very confusing to students and researchers, experienced researchers as well. I would also like to point out that all that what I've discussed, you are likely to find it under research methodology, which we argued is a title for a certain chapter, very important chapter, in the research proposal and the research report. It is very important for students and researchers to document the actions as far as the chapter on research methodology is concerned. This section is usually written in a very sketchy way, quoting just one out there, a few sentences, so that the entire chapter falls on 1 or 2 pages. I would like to see a situation whereby students discuss their research methodology choices by quoting several authors. We have very many authors of research books. When you make a certain choice, discuss or support by looking at several authors that argue this action should be taken in a certain way. Otherwise, the chapter that talks about research methodology is very crucial, and in quite a number of times, people fail because they have not written this chapter with the seriousness and the rigor that this chapter deserves. Don't write this chapter in a rushing manner. Put citations to support your actions. Discuss it thoroughly. Make sure you discuss the methodology that you'll use. As you have argued or alluded to, people just talk about the methodology in the title, or it is completely left out. Maybe we talk about case study of, survey of. There should be a section whereby you elaborately discuss the methodology or even a combination of the methodologies that have been used in a research process. We shall discuss about statistical methods in upcoming videos. But what I can say is that, again, students, researchers out there, managers, who again are supposed to be researchers as well, need to understand that it is very important, if we are talking about statistical methods, to use a combination of methods. I've seen some papers in published literature whereby they use exclusively descriptive statistics. But I'll argue that though there's nothing inherently wrong in that, a good thesis, a good paper will have a combination of statistics, exploratory statistics, descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, other advanced statistics like multi-modeling, fixed and random effect statistics, meta-analysis, multi-level analysis, so that at the end of the day, the methods that we have used in chapter 3 are not seen as a way of regurgitating what is common in research, whereby in most cases you have a paper that has a few tables, frequency tables, then one table on correlation, another table on regression. I'm trying to argue that there must be diversity of statistical methods and not poverty of statistical methods. At that point, we come to the end of our today's session. Remember to subscribe so that you can be getting more videos from your research methodology guru, Dr. Bidhi Mutua. Goodbye.